Okay, so we're going to be exploring our control of our ankle joint. Okay, so what you're going to start off doing, just do one leg at a time. So we're going to see if we can think about moving from between the ankle bone on the inside of your foot and the ankle bone on the outside of your foot. So that joint space there. So can we, keeping the rest of our leg nice and quietly, can we flex the foot and we point the foot? So it seems relatively simple, but what many of us will find is that to do this, our toes also want to join in. So can we move between the two bones there, keeping the toes out of the equation? So we're really isolating this ankle. If that feels tricky, you can add in some touch. So you're going to rub between those two ankle bones, really give that a good rub, and then try again. Okay. So first of all, can you move the ankle without toes joining in? Then the next thing is, can you move it really slowly? And does that feel smooth or does that feel jerky? Okay. You're going to practice this until it becomes smooth. So if it feels, the toes want to join in and it doesn't feel smooth, then practice as often as you can. It needs about 1,000 repetitions of the movement to upregulate the movement map in your motor cortex. Okay, so at the moment, if that feels difficult to do without moving the toes or without it feeling jerky, then that movement map is a little bit blurry. And what that is going to mean is that if one joint isn't happy on its own, then it's not possible for multiple joints to move well together. So we want to break it down to individual joint control. So that's the first thing you're going to practice the foot. Then from there, you're going to think about closing the gap between the inside of the foot and that bone, and then the outside of the foot and the outside ankle bone. And the same thing now, can you make this movement without the toes joining in? So there are my toes, I want you to help a little bit. So you can slow it right down, make your range smaller to begin with. And then the other thing to look out for is, so this lower leg bone and the upper leg bone shouldn't be moving either. So you can kind of put your hand over your kneecap there, and that's going to give you a little bit of feedback as to whether or not you're isolating this one joint, or whether you've got your knee joint or even your hip joint joining in that's making the other leg bones move. Okay. So then you're going to do the same thing on the other leg, the other foot, the other ankle, and work on that until that feels good. Then the last thing we're going to do with the foot is what's called arch creation. So, we've got our little arch in our foot. Some have bigger ones than others. What we're going to think about is, can we, by drawing the toes towards our heel, but without scrunching the toes, so the big toe pad is going to stay on the mat or the floor, and you're going to keep your toes down on the floor so they're not going to curl. Can you make this arch slightly bigger? So you're going to lift your arch and then you're going to drop your arch. So we're going to lift the arch, lift there and drop there. Okay, and this one can be a bit trickier. So again, you can use touch. You can say, I want you to move from here. So we're going to rub under there, rub over the top of the foot, and try again. So keep trying that until it becomes easier. Same on the other foot. So those are your isolated joint movements for your ankle.